How's it going, everybody? My name is Snazzy Patty, and today we're checking out a video by Stuart Bear, and this video is called The Point People Missed About Cars. Man, we just did a video about cars the other day. We did a reaction on how good Lightning McQueen was, man. Check that out. It's going to be right up here, probably. If not, over there. But anyways, without further ado, as always, a link to the original video will be down in the description below. Let's go ahead and lock in.
The ending of Cars is interesting to me for a number of reasons. I've seen plenty of people who really like this movie, plenty of people who really don't, and plenty of people who are just okay.
If you don't like this movie, screw you. I stand on that. Get off my channel. This is one of the greatest animated films of all time.
With it. But this moment is one that pretty much everyone seems to like. Throughout the movie, Lightning McQueen has been desperately trying to make it to California for the biggest race of his career that could potentially make him a racing legend.
I'll be the first rookie in history ever to win it.
Over the course of the movie, though, his priorities start to shift, and for the first time in his life, he starts to genuinely care about the people around him. Despite this, though, when the time comes to actually do the race, Lightning does pretty well, thanks in no small part to those friends. The final lap comes, and Lightning seems to be a shoo-in for the Piston Cup, which would make all of his ambitions a reality. Meanwhile, behind Lightning, Strip Weathers and Chick Hicks, resigned to the idea that neither one of them is winning at this point, are duking out in a last-ditch effort for second place. That is until Chick, as he's often known to do, takes things one step too far.
I am not coming in behind you again, old man.
Keep in mind, he is doing this to end up in second place, right? In his head, right, he is not going to beat Lightning McQueen. He is only doing this so that he is not in last place. That is the type of level petty, like, yeah, that is the level of petty that Chick Hicks is. And that's why you know what they say. Thunder always comes after lightning. Oh. There's something so satisfying about watching that wreck. I don't know what it is.
Lightning, noticing what's just happened, screeches to a halt just short of the finish line, allowing Chick to overtake him and going back to give the retiring champion a dignified end to his career.
I think the king should finish his last race.
It's a nice ending that demonstrates Lightning's growth from a superficial celebrity to a more caring and respectful person. But while pretty much everyone seems to agree with me on this, there is one point that I've heard a few people bring up, even if they do still like the ending.
Okay, but like, if I was him, I would have crossed the finish line and won the race and then gone back to help the king, but
that defeats the whole purpose.
I guess this is a better lesson learned or whatever.
The finish line is right there. Come on, just go an inch further. Please, Lightning.
Lightning grows a conscience at the stupidest time. A moment that should show me how much he's grown actually makes me...
Don't get me wrong, I think we all at one point hated this decision. But that's when you find out you really matured, is when you're watching this and you're like, if he had done this, he was no better than Chick. The fact that he sacrificed his win and gave it away to stop, like, you know, that is what it was. Yes, he could have done that, but it would not have been nearly to the same effect.
physically angry.
It is true that Lightning helping Strip Weathers and taking the Piston Cup, which he won fair and square, are not mutually exclusive, and he could have very easily done both. But I feel like when people say that he's giving up the championship unnecessarily, they're kind of missing the point.
It's not about
The Piston Cup.
It's about sending a message.
To get across what I mean by this, let's take a look at what actually compels Lightning to do this. After he sees Strip Weathers sitting in pain and completely wiped out, it immediately reminds him of Doc Hudson, who he learned earlier in the film had his racing career end in a similar way. Doc was injured during a race, and it took a pretty lasting toll on him. Not so much physically, more so in reputation.
And it took him out the races.
When I finally got put together, I went back expecting a big welcome. You know what they said? Your history.
This sets up sort of the uglier side of racing that Lightning hadn't considered before. Throughout the early portions of the movie, the races are treated as this big spectacle because that is essentially what they are. They're sporting events primarily organized as entertainment for an audience. And in those events, the racers are there to impress the audience by performing feats like outrunning dozens of other cars at hundreds of miles per hour and weaving through any hazards that come their way. If done right, it seems as if they're invincible. Lightning, being relatively new to the racing circuit, has had the first impression of what that's like. He's amazing at what he does, and as a result, he has entire stadiums of people gathering to see just how amazing he is.
No wonder he
To
has such an
Lightning, this
ego.
is a reality that he only sees getting better as his career goes on. I mean, if he's getting this much love as a rookie, imagine how much of a god he'll no doubt become after he wins the Piston Cup. But then he gets to know Doc a little bit, and it's revealed just how fragile that love really is. Doc had similarly built up this reputation as this
Say, they only love you when you're at your peak, bro. At your prime. Second you fall back down, or hit rock bottom, or anything like that, all the fakes, all the lames, all these people that popped up out of nowhere once you made it, they go bye-bye real quick.
legendary racer and enjoyed the benefits of that for a long time. But after getting completely wrecked mid-race, he unwittingly did the one thing that can destroy that perception of him. He made it too real. All that spectacle that people loved him for and made him seem unstoppable was shattered, and from then on, nobody ever saw him as anything more than just another car who's as flawed as any other. And what's so impressive about that? And it's that shallow perception of the Piston Cup and its racers that Lightning was annoyingly playing along with. Throughout the early portions of the movie, he was showered with love and admiration from total strangers while also having an equally shallow view of the supposed riffraff that come with the gig. His only friendly interactions take the form of people heaping praise on him while he was being incredibly dismissive of anyone less remarkable than him, like his pit crew or the rusty cars that look up to him, not realizing just how easily that status of less remarkable could be applied to anyone, even someone like him. Fast forward to the final race of the
Yeah,
movie,
he
where
don't even have headlights.
Lightning has become a little bit wiser as to where the value in a person comes from. Lightning is in a safe position to receive everything he's always wanted, but when he sees Strip Weathers wiped out, thoughts of Doc flash into his head, in particular what happened after his wreck.
Moved right on to the next bookie standing in line.
And now it's up to Lightning if history is going to repeat itself. A multiple-time Piston Cup winner suffering a painful end to their career, only to be overshadowed by a rookie doing something impressive. In his case, being the first rookie to ever become a champion. And with the entire world watching, Lightning decides to set an example. He makes a statement to the entire world that while he's willing to race, he's not going to participate in a competition where such...
Not to mention, right, we all know who would have won that race. Like, Lightning was ahead of Chick by a whole, 6 seconds before he crossed that finish line. Right, he stopped and sat there contemplating it until he got past, until Chick took the win, right? And that was a good 5-6 seconds. So we know who would have won that race either way, regardless.
disregard gets rewarded.
This grumpy old race car I know once told me something.
It's just an empty cup.
Of course, while all that is going on, there's a certain character who doesn't seem capable of that level of reflection. Yeah! To me, this is where Chick Hicks is at his most interesting. Up until now, he was a fun, fairly one-note antagonist, which was all he really needed to be for most of the movie. It's at this point, though, when all the negative superficiality that exists in the racing circuit is taken to its absolute extreme. You know, generally, if you're in a competition that you've pretty much already lost in every way except technicality, and then the would-be winner just forfeits their guaranteed victory at the last moment, you'd probably feel a little unfulfilled. I mean, Chick was in no position to catch up to Lightning legitimately, and only won because at the race's end, he literally had no active competition. And yet, he's just so pleased with himself. No consideration for how he cheated to get to second place, no acknowledgement that he's demonstrably not the most skilled racer who competed, not even any curiosity as to why Lightning stopped short of the finish line. All that matters to him is that he's the champion, showing that he never really cared about the race. It was only ever about the glory. Not to mention, we can see that little message that Lightning was trying to send paying off in a few different ways. First, with the guy who came in last getting a massive cheer from the audience, while the Piston Cup winner is shown having such a lack of empathy and narrow-minded view of being someone of worth that he legitimately can't understand why people don't like him.
Get him out of here.
How come the only one celebrating is me, huh?
And finally, while nobody wants to give Chick any attention, look who the press do want to speak to. I've made it no secret in the past that Cars is not a movie I'm overly fond of. Not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't have particularly strong feelings about it overall. But there are a select few aspects like this where I can say, I love this scene. Obviously, I prefer to be able to say that with every scene, like I can with so many other Pixar films, but if a movie I'm slightly indifferent about is what I have to go through to get those truly exceptional moments, then I say, so be it. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters, Heather Reed.
Hey man, that was a really short video. It was quick. It was a nice little, but I enjoyed it, man. It was a little sweet little video. Yeah. If you want me to do more, reactions to animated movies about cars, any other Pixar, Disney, anime, cartoons, man, let me know down in the comment section below, man. I would love to. As always, check out the original video creator. The link's in the description below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay snazzy, stay blessed.